Some people say the two best days of a boat owner's life is the day they buy a boat and the day they sell a boat. Doing your pre-purchase research before buying a boat not only reduces that, but also ensures the fact that you're only going to experience one of those days. My name is Colby Christian, been around boats all my life. I know the upkeep, I know the maintenance, I know all that comes with them. There's a study up in Chicago by the National Marine Manufacturers that states out of all the boat sales in the U.S., 64% of those boat sales were made by a new boat owner, first-time boat buyer. A gentleman by the name Rick Barrett from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel states that a third of that 64%, they admit that they don't even know anything about boats. They don't. They didn't do the research. So that when researching, before you buy a boat and you're shopping around, the research you want to do, there's three main types. Three main things you want to look for is how am I going to buy the boat, what type of boat do I want, and then also the paperwork that comes behind it. So to talk about the purchasing, how am I going to fund the boat, how am I going to buy it? A lot of us don't have the cash laying around to buy a boat. So some of us are going to have to look out in other ways. So do I need to get a boat loan? Do I need to get a personal loan? Am I going to have to finance it through a dealership? Or am I going to have to just flat out put it on a credit card? Some people do that. When you get a boat loan or a personal loan from a bank, a lot of times the bank's going to say you're pre-approved for this amount. It's up to you if you want to spend that whole amount or not. When going through a dealership, a lot of times if you finance through a dealership, they're willing to drop the price on that boat, make it a little bit cheaper because you're financing through them, and that's what they actually want you to do. So when doing that, you also need to budget. You got to count in all the expenses for the boat, the maintenance, the storage. So when it comes to storage, a lot of us don't have the places at home, the room and the space at home to keep the boat there. We're either going to have to get a storage or look somewhere else. According to Spare Foot in Austin, the average boat storage in Austin costs $168 a month. That's a 10 by 20 area, and that's also including marinas as well. So that's a lot of money that you got to account for. Also, with that being said, the budgeting part, you also got to look out for the insurance, how much the insurance is going to cost, and then also the maintenance. If you're not mechanically inclined and you don't know stuff about motors, you're probably going to have to pay for a mechanic to do the maintenance. Around here, boats, for every season that hits around here, a boat has to go through maintenance. And every maintenance is a certain type of maintenance. This allows the boat to be up to keep. Allows the boat to ensure that it's going to work the next time you use it and you get out in the water. Last thing you want is to be broken down in the middle of the lake or a body of water somewhere. Last thing you want. So you got to count those factors in. Now, we're going to talk about the selection. What type of boat do I want? What am I going to use it for? When you're looking at that, you got to also think about the access of water around you. Am I going to lakes? Am I going to the coast? Am I going to rivers? Those also make a big difference on the type of boat that you're going to get. If you're going to lakes, you want to make sure lakes and rivers and stuff like that. You want to make sure the boat comes with a trailer and you have access to haul that boat somewhere from point A to point B. So that's a big deal as well. We can go through a couple pictures. I got a slideshow back here on different types of boats. So this is your sporting boat. A boat like this allows you to go tubing, skiing, wakeboarding, kneeboarding, all that kind of stuff. Allows you to put a lot of people on there, have a good time. Boats like this don't just stay still. They're going fast across the lake. But a boat like this only goes in the lake. They don't go in rivers. They don't go in oceans. They don't go to the Gulf of Mexico. They go in lakes, and around here there are some large enough rivers for them, but it's not safe to do that at all. So the next boat will be a pontoon boat. This is the type of boat you want to take your family out on, take a group of friends, go find a cove in the lake somewhere, drop an anchor, and just float around in the water. My parents have one. It's fun. We get the tubes out of the water. We tie some ropes to the hooks on the boat, play a couple of tunes, and just hang out. That's the type of boat. This boat also, you only see in lakes. You won't see them anywhere else. So this is your center console fishing boat. If you notice from the other ones that we've seen, this is a large body boat. This type of boat in particular allows you to go out into the ocean waters, allows you to go out to the Gulf, stuff like that, to perform some fishing tours, allows you to fight through the waves, the currents, stuff like that. That's also why you see these two big motors on the back. Those are outboard motors. Also with the size of this boat, the reason why it's also so big is it allows you not to feel that you're being knocked around side by waves. So it allows you to kind of sit a little steady. The next boat. This is a bass boat. This is your everyday type of bass boat. Notice how slim it is. Very skinny, not that big of a body. A boat like this allows you to go into shallow waters. With this, as you can see in the background, they're not in a big lake. They're not in the ocean somewhere. They're just out there fishing around, stuff like that. This type of boat allows you to get into those tight areas to where you can catch the big bass. Bass always like to find those vegetation areas where nothing is disturbing them. So those are a couple of types of boats that you can look out for. There's still a couple more out there that you can look at, but that's the majority. That's the majority that you're going to see. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the paperwork. That's the step 3 of doing the research on the boats before you make the purchase. The type of paperwork you're going to have to do after you make the purchase. So in the state of Texas, you're not mandated to have insurance. But if you finance it with a bank, you're going to have insurance, at least until the boat is fully paid off. But if the bank owns it, you have to have full coverage. In the state of Texas, boater's license. It's required that if you were born on the date of or after of September 1st, 1993, you have to have a boater's license. And I'll tell you right now, game wardens will stop you for that. You can get that online anywhere, but it's free charge, and it's pretty simple to take. That's the conclusion of this research, man. Anytime you make a boat purchase, make sure you do the research. Make sure you do your homework. And I'll tell you right now, do not be the anybody in that 64% of first-time boat buyers. Thank you.